What would happen if gravity was sideways? Well, first, we would have to define what sideways means. You see, the Earth is a globe, meaning that if you go sideways for a long time, eventually you would come back to where you started, making sideways just an infinite circle. Alternatively, we could define sideways as going straight down. This would have slightly different implications. Now, a quick disclaimer. Yes, I know this is impossible due to the way gravity works, blah blah blah. I don't care, bro. This is my video. So let's talk about the former scenario first. First of all, everyone who's outside, gone. They either smash into a tree or mountain or something, and if somehow they didn't smash into anything, they would keep accelerating until they're flung into space. All of their vehicles, all of the toys, all of the stuff that's outside also flung into space, making our space debris problem 10 trillion times worse. All the people indoors smashed against the side of their home, injuring them fatally. Since they can't go to a hospital, they will also die. Speaking of hospitals, all of their patients, they would also be gone. Let's not forget about the oceans as well, which would spill out over the edge and become just like a giant ring of water surrounding our planet. That'd actually be pretty cool. Basically, the Earth would be devoid of all living organisms pretty soon. Now, in the other scenario, everyone on the bottom of the Earth would fall immediately and be dead. Otherwise, life would be more or less normal at the top of the Earth. However, sooner or later, the air in the atmosphere will also fall, making Earth uninhabitable. Let's say somehow Earth is still habitable after all of this. What would happen then? Well, in the scenario that we just talked about, Earth would be more or less the same. The former scenario is slightly different. Humans would have to live on the sides of cliffs or mountains. They could also live in the forest, which would be super cool. It would be like a giant parkour course. Of course, it would be very dangerous, but it would be so cool. Now, in terms of food, they could grow food in said forests and maybe on top of mountains. The main source of food would probably be meat though, as growing food would be pretty impractical. One benefit of sideways gravity is that extracting natural resources would be much easier, and maybe with this, life could come back to what it once was.